Hello, it's Andrea, and this is another video of Latinx Capsule, and today we're going to be talking about La Independencia de Belize. And before we start getting into it, we're going to jump a little bit back in history to just get a gist of what was going on. So the first settlers that came into Belize were English Puritans who set up trading posts along the coast of Belize. Many others came along, such as buccaneers, pirates, sailors, and one of the many ones that came were what they would like to call themselves baymen. And they called them baymen because after the Bay of Honduras, which Honduras at the time was under the British colony as well. So that's what they called themselves, and so many of these groups established permanent bases in Belize at this time. So when the baymen came, which were Englishmen, Britain, they were at constant war with the Spanish because the Spanish was at Belize before the English and all the others came along. So they were at constant war territory battles with each other until finally in 1798 they had the Navy battle at St. George's Cay. So the British won. Not surprised. The British victory resulted in having influence of English in Belize. And also, Belize is the only country in Central America, except for the Caribbeans, to have English as its official language, which is pretty interesting. And so during the 1840s, Great Britain declared Belize to be the colony of British Honduras. So Belize back then was called British Honduras, which is kind of weird, but yeah. Belize since 1862 had been a British colony. So at this time, in 1960s, Jamaica, Trinidad, and Tobago were all coming out of colonialism to independence. So how come, since even the 1960s, that was pretty close to us currently today, that they were still under British colony? Well, it was because, mainly due to the fact of the Guatemalans government. They were very persistent, and there was a lot of border conflicts, and they wanted territory claim of Belize's. And they didn't want Belize to become independent without filling out its claim, and threatened to use force if they didn't. This isn't what initiated Belize to become independent. It wasn't until 1975, after 14 years, which is a pretty freaking long time to be negotiating about land, and the Guatemalan government demanded Belize to have their territory given to them as a price for withdrawing its claims. And this is when George Price, who was the leader of the People's United Party, he then decided that it was time for Belize to become independent and to secure their territory. In 1975, the first United Nations resolution was first passed by the General Assembly by a vote of 110 in favor, 9 against, and 16 abstentions. Guatemala refused to vote. No surprise. So in fact, the United States had not been involved with Belize's resolution since 1975, but in fact had once favored for Guatemalans' control over Belize because of its sponsorship of the Webster Proposals. So the Webster Proposals was basically the proposal of Belize having independence from Britain, but would be under Guatemalans' control, having control of foreign affairs and defense. So that was a no-go. Belize wanted full independence. That's it. So the United States was in favor for that once, but finally caved in, but only due to the fact of international pressure, because there was an overwhelmingly big support for Belize to have independence, and the United States didn't want that pressure, so they just caved in and vote. So, after the voting, September 21st, 1981, that is when Belize had its Independence Day. And with the new beautiful country of Belize, of its independence nation, George Price was the first prime minister. And now Belize celebrates, with the rest of Central America, its independence with parades and carnivals. One of the carnivals that Belize does is called Juve, and that's where they paint themselves in colorful mud. They dance and listen to reggae, calypso, and soca. And yeah, couldn't be more happy. Took forever, but better late than never. Thank you for watching and learning with me, and I wish the best.